not gonna fucking do anything on rings or a barbell or a rope where she can fuck it up more, and this is about her safety. She is on fucking crutches. No, I'm not gonna let her touch a barbell, dude. She has a major injury. And you know what? It's hard for you guys to accept that right now because you guys were gonna win. But now you can't because that's just the nature of team competition. Medical made a call, and we've made the call. We're the directors.
Are you with Rogue?
No, we're with CrossFit. We run the event.
Okay.
With Rogue. Have that corrected.
That's your chick. She's cool.
What's wrong? Oh yeah, him.
Morning.
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 Morning. Go fuck yourself.
This is floored, by the way. Like, all the way.
Alright, it's cool. Good work. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Is this the final event?
Yeah. No, I know the whole team.
Okay.
Good work.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad you like it.
I didn't expect it to look that good.
Oh.
I mean, I just didn't expect, I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
Final workout.
I want the team captains immediately following the final, this one, right? Final heat.
People have been telling me that I'm announcing the final workout, and I need to hear that from you or.
That's what you mean.
Okay, good. I figured it was.
I would never do that to you without preparation. I wouldn't no, you're not.
Okay, good.
Was
I was
like to see
prepared.
you'd step up. I'm confused.
So-
This is a good rumor.
So the final workout
Yeah.
is fill in the blanks. Here's your standards. Boom.
Oh yeah, that might happen.
Okay.
yeah,
It's a good idea.
That you should be prepared for.
All right.
It's going to take a long time to adjust the yoke for each individual. It takes 2 row guys at least 1 minute to get it up and down.
They should be set before they get out there. You know what I mean?
How many people do you think do their morning brief on a motorcycle?
At the games, 1. Elsewhere, I don't know.
Sorry.
Hey Dave,
Yeah.
see what we got here?
Is that dude's chick? He's just
hope
carrying
so.
around, slapping her ass?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Minimum's touching.
And maximum is being outside of this.
Tips outside the.
Yeah, because that's not going to give you an advantage. That's going to be And how hard was the standard?
It was perfect. It was easier for the guys than the first time we tried it, so they were happy, and it was harder for the girls, and in both of them there was like, they can get it, but they had to work.
Okay. Oh, there's a team from Colombia in 10th place. That's cool. Look. Oh, no, that's Columbia, Georgia. That's not Columbia, Columbia.
Ben Smith or Matt Frazier in the...
Game's going to be won this morning, potentially. Largely
this thing?
determined. This is all here. This is a mental test. And it's a running test, a mental running test. Who wants it more? I think Ben might want it more. Can I tell you about a DM I got for the behind the scenes?
Yeah. You get direct messages on Instagram?
Yes.
A lot of them?
I had a pornographic one this morning.
You did?
Yes.
With like dude or chick?
Chick.
Was it a video or a picture?
She had a comb with her.
How many times did you watch it?
I deleted it already.
But how many times did you watch it?
It goes down in the DM. It go down. It go down in the DM. It go down. It go down.
You think Ben Smith's gonna hold it?
I think this is going to be his year.
You do?
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win this next event with the yoke and the run?
Ben Smith.
Frazier or Ben Smith?
I've always been a Ben Smith fan.
It seemed up until last night the crowd was really behind Matt Frazier, and then once they saw that Ben Smith might have a chance, the Ben Smith fans are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, I guess once they realize that he can do it, it's always easier to root for him.
How about the on the women's side? Can Cara Webb win it?
I think she can because I think she's stronger with like more simple movements like a yoke than I'd say a Sigmund's daughter would be.
Best seat in the house?
It is. I try to get it every year. Yeah.
So you had the same seat last year?
Yeah. And I've had it all 3 days this year.
Awesome.
We crunch the numbers to let you know what has to happen on the final day of competition here. Before the final games, after the shake.
Tom will get you unwired there.
Okay.
Who do you think's going to win the men?
Before the weekend started, I said Matt Frazier, but I really think Ben Smith could do it.
Who's going to? Who do I want to?
Who's going to?
I'm sticking with Ben Smith.
Tommy, who's going to win the men? Who's going to win it?
I think Frazier's going to win.
Who's going to win the women?
I think Carr's going to win. To be able to battle back for something like that in Merv, it's almost like realizing you're bulletproof. You know, you can take something as bad as that and come back and still keep firing. And then to do so well last night for the last 3 events, I mean, she should wake up today feeling pretty confident. And when she's confident, I don't think there's anyone that's going to touch her.
Who's going to win the women?
Carl Webb.
Who's going to win the men?
Ben Smith.
God, I think Sarah's going to crush the midline. I think Sarah can take it.
If you win the women's competition, would you be in that top 5?
You can't really say without knowing, like, I don't know what they're all feeling and what they're going through. I think that there's nothing that I would have been really upset about seeing from all of these events. Like, for example, today, this midline march, I do yoke carries with that exact yoke with 120 pounds mixed with running on a weekly, at least a weekly basis. So seeing stuff like that, it's a little bit like, oh man, I wish I was out there.
Hey, Pat. Now that people actually think Ben Smith can win, they're getting behind him. Before there weren't very many cheers for him, and now it's like, whoa, it's 50-50.
Maybe the Ben Smith's fans were a bit more like Ben Smith. You know, they might have been a little more chill, a little more mellow, but I think he always had a really huge support base. But, I mean, man, he can do it. I would love Ben Smith to win this year because I think Frazier's going to have a bunch of years.
Ben's 7 games, 25 years old. Could he be just going into his prime?
I think he's going to be the first individual athlete to go for a decade, 10 solid years. How far he'll go after that, I don't know, but he doesn't show any signs of slowing down at all. And he looks like us when he lifts.
A little bit? What do you mean he looks like it?
I also think about who's going to be a good champion, like ambassador of the sport, you know, like really epitomize all this kind of intangibles, and Cara would nail that. Sarah Sigmundsdottir seems like a great girl, but I don't know her. Like, I know Cara, and I know she would be like the same deal. Ben Smith, same deal. I'd be so happy. And Fraser, I've got to know him a bit, and I'd be perfectly good with from that intangibles. Fraser's great, man. Exactly. But like, you know what I like about Fraser? He could have one of the biggest egos and attitudes in the world, and he doesn't. He almost like, he doesn't want to be in the spotlight of the camera. He just wants to kind of do his deal, then cool. It's very Froning-like, and that's cool. I like that. How old are you?
13.
13? God almighty.
Sarah's totally just dominating. Is that deep down inside? Are people like Camille and Annie thinking, oh my God, our CrossFit careers of being on the podium are over?
I would bet that Camille hates her. And it's furious.
I'm sure it rattles everyone a little bit when you see someone come out first year and they're so dominant like that, but that's what plays to your favor, is to have the experience, to know that you just need to focus on what you're doing, not let other people get to you, and make sure that you put your best performance out there.
Does any part of you see her out there and be like, well, it was a good time to get out, she's going to run away with it for the next 4 years?
I don't know about that. I don't know that she's going to run away with it for the next 4 years, because there could be someone new. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a lot of them in Iceland who are that good, so who knows?
Is Sarah better in her rookie year than Rich Froning was in his rookie year at the games?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sherwood.
The mere fact that we can even draw the comparison, if Sarah's rookie year is like Rich's rookie year, means that she's ridiculous. You know?
The fact that you're not like, hey, Sevan, that's a stupid question.
It's a completely valid question. Completely valid question. I mean, look at Fraser too. Like, are you kidding me? With how he's doing in his like second year?
Do you ever see some chicks roll up to the fence here while you guys are commentating, or so fucking hot it's like hard to do your job?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Look at CrossFitters, man. It's like, this is all genetic stock that's made from some crazy, the best stuff on earth.
How many update shows have you done since CrossFit's been around?
Oof, I don't know. This is, we got in here 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is the 6th year of doing it here. I mean, I literally have, hundreds and hundreds, and I've got no idea. It's kind of the same from my perspective, standing on the desk, but then you walk back to the trucks and you see how that side has grown, and that's what I think a lot of people don't understand is the cool packages, the cuts, the graphics, like that we just take for granted now. That's been the biggest, I would say, evolution. You know, me and Katie have been just flapping our gums for years, but all the other stuff is out of control.
I was sitting in the stands last night and the guy comes past. I've got my sling. Hey, Sammy. And the guy comes past and I've got my sling on. He's like, oh, good job, man. He walked past me and then slapped me on the back. I was like, bro.
What happened to you?
Heavy DT. The last push jerk came down. I heard a really loud crack and then did another deadlift, tried to hang clean, and then when it came crashing down, I knew that something was wrong and I kind of couldn't continue. So the docs looked after me really well. Got an x-ray straight away and it's a non-displaced first rib, which means the ribs are still intact, but there's a fracture through it.
You heard the crack?
Yeah. Yeah, so I heard the crack and it felt like it went through kind of like my thoracic spine and chest. And then I knew that something wasn't right straight away.
A lot of the other people I've spoken to who have been pulled out of the games, it's not a positive interaction like I'm having with you. They're like crying, or they're coming apart, or they're complaining, or did I catch you too late? You already passed all that, or what?
No, like my girlfriend and I had a big cry when we got home on Friday night, but you know, it's just sport. It's not the end of the world. I'm still healthy. I'll be right in a couple of weeks' time. You can't write your endies, which is unfortunate, but you know, I don't want to have any kind of negative thoughts towards it.
Is this typical?
Yeah, I think I was more upset than Chado was.
Yeah.
After I saw him, I went down, and I think I was in tears, and he was probably more positive than me.
So this is it? He's not putting on a show for me? He's really just...
This is him. It's bloody annoying.
God, you look fresh. You don't look like you've just been beaten down for the week.
You know what it is?
What?
I have a boyfriend that takes care of me.
Yeah, you're taking care of her?
I try.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Washes my hair, washes my back. He's great.
What do you think about the competition this year? What's your assessment of the level the ladies are at?
Well, I mean, I haven't really taken the time very much to think about everything yet. It's a heavy games this year. It's different. I wish I was a few inches taller, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm doing my best.
What event would that have helped to be a few inches taller?
A few of them. The pig, the sandbag, the hurdles. A few of them this year, but it's okay. I mean, you know, I don't want to give myself any excuses. I work hard like the tall girls and like the other short girls, and I'm doing the best I can with what I have. So.
What will you do after the event today? What will the next week be like?
Over the next week? Not very much. I'm probably gonna walk my dogs and lay in my couch, watch TV and eat potato chips.
Will you be there for that?
I'll be there for that.
He's always there for that. He's such a great support crew.
What do you think about this next workout?
I really like it. I like to run. I like to carry heavy things. So I've never really I maybe done a yoke one time ever in my life though. So that will be interesting. But I don't think I should have any problems with it.
How's the body hold now?
Not too bad. Biceps are tight, legs are tired. But other than that, mentally I feel great. I don't feel super fatigued or anything.
Did they give any clue of what the final workout was going to be?
No. If I had to guess though, I'm thinking that 21:15.9 they posted with Rich and James from like a month ago, 3 weeks ago. That's my guess. Put it on the record.
Awesome, good guess.
Am I right?
If I was a woman, I would be terrified of Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
That rope
without a
thing
doubt
she did was freakish. And
I mean, we haven't seen very many holes in her game so far, and nothing leads me to think that anything's going to trip her up today.
Let me ask you this: who's more dominant, her in her rookie season, or Rich Froning in his rookie season?
Rich.
Do you think it's a fair question, or do you think it's ridiculous? Do you think she's just not even in the same world?
It's hard to say. I mean, Rich looked great that rookie season until he got to the rope climb. Sarah has more time to see events and how they're programmed at the games, so she had, I think, more to go off of to prepare, where Rich didn't have as much, you know what I mean?
Is Cara going to win the games?
We'll see. I hope so.
I heard Annie wasn't at the brief.
Yeah, I didn't see her, but maybe she's with medical or who knows, man. I'm not too sure what's going on with Annie. I hope she's okay.
Is Ben Smith going to win the games?
Man, see, I really like Ben Smith, but I also really like Matt Fraser. I'd say Ben Smith is definitely capable, but so is Matt Fraser.
Are you telling her to just let the wheels come off the bus one more time? It's the last day.
Wheels never fall off the bus, man. You can always drive better with wheels, can't you? Especially in the last event. Who knows what's coming up there?
Not that any of the games in the past have ever been not valid, but does it seem like this year there's a special, like, wow?
Whoever wins the games this year, or whoever's standing in the games this year, is just a warrior. Whether you're the champion or not, you're still a warrior, but that champion is going to be a true warrior.
Dan, easy question or hard question?
Maybe hard. Why don't we just keep with the standard for things with you and me? Hard questions.
You came off at rep 5. If you would have stayed on, you probably would have won that event.
If I would have gone for rep 6, I would have fell on my back.
Really?
Yeah.
But your rep 5 was so good.
It wasn't about the rep, it was about my hands. My hands were smoked, like I couldn't hold on to the bar anymore.
The guys were talking about your closing speed just being incredible in the sprint events, and that once there's just nothing in your way that you'll catch anyone. Have you been working on that, or is that just still lingering from your college days?
I think it's still lingering from college partially, and I'll sprint once a week. I'll do something kind of fast out on the track. But you know, I spent probably a good 10 years or longer training just to be fast, you know? So like Matt trained for so long for Olympic weightlifting, I kind of did the same thing for track.
Ben Smith or Matt Fraser?
It's too hard. I like both of them a lot and they're both so good, but I'll pick Ben.
Have you been watching the women's events at all?
Yeah, some.
How good is this Sarah Doter?
Apparently pretty good. She's crushing it. She's pretty far ahead right now. Not super far, I think, but I mean, the results speak for themselves.
Is she a better rookie than Rich was in his rookie year?
We can't compare the two. You know, it's two different times, different competitions. But then again, the volume, the challenges of this games is probably harder than what you'd say in 2011, or 10 rather.
This chick on the left in the blue shirt and the Aerodyne, how hot is she?
Is this the tough question? Are we there now? Is this the hard one?
This is the easy question. Yeah, that's the easy question.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you a number.
No, not a number, that's good. I don't want to objectify anyone.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Ben Smith. Borderline recluse, quiet. Goes for the victory and he gets more quiet, not more open.
Kevin.
Let's see if we can get a good soundbite from Ben. I know after the games you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna just spill over and say all the good shit, but it'd be good to get some good shit now.
What am I gonna say after the games?
You'll tell me something that you were thinking now that you didn't want to tell me now.
Oh, am I?
But you, yeah.
I'm not thinking much. That's the key.
Here, I'll throw something out there then.
All right.
I think a lot of people like you, and the fans have never gotten behind you because they haven't thought you were gonna win. And they were really getting behind Fraser this year because they thought he was going to win. And then that took a tide when you entered the tennis stadium yesterday. You got a really, really loud ovation. People are like starting to openly express their closet love affair with Ben Smith. Feel free, now it's your turn, now you say something.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you a question, you'd be like,
I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I know the crowd was a little louder than normal. You could just say
It feels great. Everybody here is awesome. So you know the fans are always great. They've always been great. So I appreciate it all.
Doesn't it seem like it's been you're due 7 years? Do you ever wonder, like, you just don't seem to have garnered the popularity of some of the other names in the sport, and yet your performances are consistent and your
I don't do it for that. I mean, I I don't do it for any of that. I didn't start it for any of that. I started CrossFit a long time ago to train for baseball. So, and then I started falling in love with it. I really loved pushing myself. I loved how challenging it was. And then I saw that they had a competition, and I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I said, you know what, I want to go do that. That year I couldn't buy a ticket and just go out to California, you know. So I had school and all that stuff, and then the next year they had a qualifier, and the qualifier happened to be in my backyard. So it's kind of went from there.
So you would have gone in 2008 if you could have afforded it?
Yeah, if it was on the East Coast, probably.
Could you have won those games in 2008?
No. I would have just gone to have fun.
Who's that dude?
My friend Ryan, my coach.
He's officially your coach, but he's not your coach?
Yes, he's my coach.
Oh, you're wearing the leader jersey.
Yeah, gotta go. I'm gonna go put that on.
So you're in first place.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy the yoke?
I've done it before. But I mean, it's all about the run here.
Are you feeling pressure?
No, I put pressure on myself every year. It's my pressure. You know, it's the pressure that I put on myself. So.
And are you putting more than normal?
Nope. Same amount as usual. It's not any more. I expect to win. I expect to win every time I come here. So that's always the plan. No more pressure than usual.
I gotta push him so hard that he's either gonna hate me or give me something. Hopefully I got something and he doesn't hate me. How many years have you been here with Ben?
I've been here since 2012, so this is my 4th year here with Ben.
Are you seeing anything different in him as it comes to this crunch time?
I think so, 100%. This year is completely different. He's showing a lot more emotion, and you can just see that out on the tennis stadium. And right when he finishes events, you know, usually never yelling, fist pumping. I mean, he's fired up this year. There's blood in the water, and this is the first year I've really seen that.
Did he say anything to you before the event in terms of the fact that Jason and Rich weren't going to be here? Did he express his feelings on that?
Not right before the event. Once they announced more that they were going team and it was kind of official, so what was that, back in April or so, he kind of said that, you know, he wishes that they were there. You know, you want to compete against the best, and you know, he definitely wishes that they were there, and he's friends with them too, so it definitely make a fun experience.
Hey, this is your gym then?
Yes.
How'd you come up with the name?
My brother came up with the name.
How old is he? 8?
Thanks.
Miss Thorisdottir didn't make it to briefing, is that true?
Yeah, she is not physically feeling really well at the moment after what happened on Friday. So.
She out?
I think that's something that she needs to talk about with Dave first, and then, you know, speak with the other people. It's not my place to say a yes or no. It's not like she's here for the first time. You know, it's her 6th games, and she knows the difference of how it feels to be at the games on day 3 and day 4, and how her body feels. And I think everyone's pretty destroyed. It's been really tough games, and people are coming through.
What could she have done different in her training?
I think that there's a couple of things. One is obviously we know of the heat, we know of the conditions, we know that in the last year with the 333, she had challenges with the heat. So I think one of the things is making sure that she is here even earlier. I think she had a good time, the time that we need physiologically, that we expected based on what we know, that it takes her to adapt, but she'll probably need even longer time. And then for sure, what we're going to do for next year is to do some more specific heat training protocols. And we also have been tracking her biomarkers throughout this whole thing. So once we get the data back, we're going to make sure that we also see what exactly happened to her body, what broke down. And we can then prepare and preempt that much better. We don't want to see that ever happen again.
Is Sarah so good that it's like just fucking demoralizing?
Well, we haven't really found big holes with Sarah. This year there's been a couple events that didn't go her way, but she's a pretty complete athlete as far as the test goes in this environment. So I think she will outperform Rich on that first year. But of course what we are looking for is that longevity. Can she continue to come back just like Rich did? And you know, physically she's there. She just needs to continue training, keep working. I think she's a specimen, a human being, and her mindset is second to none. So I expect her to do well this weekend. I continue to do well in the coming years.
Ben Smith or Matt Fraser?
I would like to see Ben Smith, just because he's put in all those years of hard work, and I know Matt is working his butt off. If anyone, then Ben is, deserving of just the hard effort, going from his mom's fridge to winning the games would be a great story that I think everyone wants to see.
Can he do it?
Yeah, I think he can.
Did you come here to win, Cole?
I came here to win.
I just see you as so mild-mannered and a well-paced guy, and I remember you last year. Last year was your rookie year?
Yeah.
And I would have never thought that you would have risen so quickly and set your goals so high.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Was
I
it
did
really the
that.
plan?
Yeah, of course it was. I didn't start CrossFit the same way that most people started CrossFit. Most people started CrossFit, some friend told me to try this workout and I found CrossFit and it changed my life. And I love those stories, I do. I think it's incredible. I think what CrossFit's doing for the community is amazing. I got done with football and I saw CrossFit as a platform to reach people. So I got into CrossFit with the sole purpose of getting to the games. A year and some months later, made it to my first games. So we are a huge representation of a huge community. We're a very small percentage that represents a huge community. And I think that all these athletes in here, including myself, have a platform to encourage people, to motivate people. And my passion in life is, to obviously share the word of God, shed light in people, and, help see people reach their goals. I want to see people find their success in life. I want to see people happy, things have been placed on my heart to do so, and I thought CrossFit was a great opportunity to do that. It's an accepting community, they're so receptive to things. They want to change, or else they wouldn't be getting their butts in the gym every single day. So, yeah, of course it was the goal, man.
I think there's a chance you could have won the event last night.
I think that one of the most important things as an athlete is having awareness, whether it be your body, the field, your mind, all those different things. If I would have tried one more rep, I would have failed that rep. And if I would have failed that rep or been close to failing that rep, wasted some time. So I thought it was faster to drop off, get right back up, and finish out the workout. Unfortunately, Matt and Noah did the same thing, and they just did a little bit quicker.
You're still very serious. Will you celebrate when it's over? Will you start just looking at next year? Or?
Well, that depends on how they do. If they do really well, I'll celebrate. If they flop, I won't. But whatever happens, I know that both of them can win the games. Both Sarah and Björkman, they have the potential to win the games. And most athletes don't have that kind of potential. So no matter what happens today, we're gonna be all fucking in from, next week or something.
Have you ever seen a more remarkable athlete in all your years than Sarah?
I think she has the potential to not just win the games, but dominate the games. And because she's only 22 years old, I think she could dominate for many, many years to come. I have met quite a lot of athletes that got really good, and some of them got good really early, and then they begin to enjoy the fame and to travel and to talk and to Instagram more than actually train. And I hope and I think that Sarah, even when she wins and begins to dominate, will remember what made her really good. And that's that kind of simple lifestyle of an athlete.
When people see how good she's doing, what are the other athletes thinking? Is it just demoralizing for them to see her come out here a rookie year?
I hope
and
so.
Just crush it?
I hope so. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. Like I want her to dominate, and I want her to make the competition sad. I want them to lose hope. Like, I want her to be so good that she wins, everybody knows that she's gonna win, and all the other girls, they're gonna fight for the other spots, but they have already given up before the competition starts. That's our vision. It's not just my vision, it's our vision.
One of the things that Sarah's really gonna grow with is experience. You can see in the event, she still wants to go out very hard. And when she gets confident in herself and her ability, she's gonna be able to start pacing. And when she can start pacing and knowing her body that bit better, that's when I think she will really dominate. She'll just know herself so well that she can control that energy that she has, that passion that she has, and release it when she needs to. And that will be interesting.
But it's also, it's very basic stuff, like she makes mistakes, so she'll forget to put the clip on the right side when it's a requirement in the competition to have the clips or the collars on in both sides. Just like basic mistakes that can really cost you. Just like in the second event when she forgot the order of the bags. And like a big job for Singleton and I is just to make sure that she makes as few mistakes as possible, and in the future, no mistakes.
That's one thing that we've learned quite a lot, is the basic checklist. You know, like so many athletes, just you miss out the basics. A lot of people don't eat before events. A lot of people aren't sleeping right. A lot of people don't look after their hands. Those basic things make a big difference.
When you look at Brooke Wells, do you see that she could also be the future of the sport?
I don't think it's just a question of the natural potential of the athlete. I also think I think to a very large extent it's they have to be lucky. They have to meet the right coaches, and I think that Sarah has very good coaches, and we are bringing in all the people she needs. So for example, she didn't do the sprints well yesterday, so in a couple of days I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to show that she gets one of the best sprinting coaches in Europe. And in her next competition, if sprinting comes up, she's going to smash it.
I think that's the one thing that's different, is that we've managed to create an environment where we can bring people in and make her better. And organising that environment is our role. And you could call it a managerial role, because Eric works with the barbell, I work with her movements and injury prevention. Then in the competition, we both make sure that she's good to go, everything runs like clockwork. And then in the training, that's when other people have got brought in, like we brought in Chris Hinshaw, we've brought in various people to make her that bit better in areas that we don't have the level of knowledge we need.
And well, it has to be said that Sarah, she has a manager who's taking care of her sponsors and all financial things. We take care of all training. And what we do a lot of is we run long training camps, 1 week, 2 weeks, this time 1 month. And we want to do like 3, 4, 5, 6 month training camps. And that's going to be very exciting to see what will come out of that.
I think it ups the level of the sport, you know. Now people are getting this month, it's like, then it just starts meaning that other athletes are going to have to start meeting that same level, you know. They're going to have to go away, they're going to have to get their food right, they're going to have to get the right coaches in, they're going to have to start following what we're starting to do.
But we don't want to give them too many good ideas. They should just keep doing whatever they're doing.
Dusty, what are you telling your athletes this morning that you're willing to share with me?
Their training has led them to day 4 of the CrossFit Games, where most people fall apart. And because of the way they've trained and their mental strength, it's their time to shine. Specifically on this workout, they both have their own strategies, but more or less, they need to be situationally aware of where they're sitting in the standings, who they need to compete with, and then literally just go out and give 100% effort. Have a blast.
How long have you been doing CrossFit?
7 years.
And when did you open your affiliate?
Opened my affiliate in 2010.
And are you enjoying it?
Love it. Love it.
What is that?
That's just rehydrate. It's just electrolytes.
Scott, do you have a coach?
I got coaches.
I mean, do you have one here that's like...
Yeah, my brother Spencer's been back here a couple times.
But I mean like a real one, not someone you just give your pass to hook up.
My training partners are like coaches, because when you work with people every day, they know you, you know them. You know, we talk efficiency and game planning before and after workouts every day. So anytime you can get that group together and talk things through, I think you're setting yourself up to be a little more successful.
Will we ever see 2 pan chicks in the same games?
I think so. I really do.
Is it possible to see 3 pan chicks?
You never know.
Have any 2 brothers ever been in the games together?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. Maybe teams? I don't know about the teams.
Should I go first? I guess Anderson and his brother's been to the games, but not at the same time.
Right. ZA was here in 2012.
Do you have siblings, Matt?
Yep.
Yep.
Got one older brother.
Any chance he's gonna come to the games?
He's here, he's not competing.
Are you guys allowed to run with like iPods or music in your ear, or do they have rules against that?
I don't think we're allowed to.
I don't think so. We weren't allowed to do it on the try we did. So I can't see why this would be.
Triple 3.
Yeah.
We're allowed to.
Those days are long gone when Spieler used to run with the headset.
Yeah.
Hey, no, stop it. Stop it. First guy ever to come from New Zealand right here. Except for me. Because I came from New Zealand. 2011.
Again, it wasn't my clay.
I know, dude, I'm kidding.
I got thrown in.
And you're a South African. How's the team competition?
Team competition is great, man. It's really fun.
How'd you guys do?
Really, really good. All weekend.
What place are you in?
6th.
Congratulations.
We're in 6th with 5 people. Torn ACL, have gotten 3 zeros, and then still in 6th.
Good luck, brother.
Fraser? Fraser.
Oh, there's some weird order to this. Did Dave send you down here to do that? Take his place?
Yeah, I was coming down to take Dave's place. They say I'm the new Castro. Barber's the new Castro. It's a shirt. I've seen it.
We may be seeing the start of a very interesting rivalry for years to come as Smith and Fraser duke it out for that first place position. Smith gets to up that helps line Olsen now trying to make a move on
You feeling some relief?
Not over yet.
So what were your thoughts as you were going up that hill?
Just keep breathing, try to stay calm.
Okay.
It burned a lot, but
Yeah.
every round you kind of count down. Only 2 more left. All right, only 1 more left. Last one. Hey, who's that handsome fella in the Olsen jersey? I'm great. Yeah. Oh, I just broke my glasses. Thank you, man. That's all that matters, right?
No, what round did it just start getting bad in?
At 4, I started feeling a little bit on the way up the steps, and I was like, come on, you just got 2 more left. The last 2 rounds were super nasty. Almost walked.
Why didn't you?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Do you ever train this hard?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
How do you push yourself this hard in training?
Maybe not this intensity level, but I'm used to this heat for sure. At regionals, it was a huge shift in intensity from what I'm used to in training. Everything was up like 5 knots. We're done, we're heading back.
Heading back where? Where are you guys going? Just to the warm-up
We're
area?
going to wait for Dave's announcement on the final workout. workouts. You can only imagine. Oh, thank you, sir.
Walk straight back, you'll feel the fan on the way back.
Noah, do you know that guy?
That's Guido Trinidad.
Oh, that was Guido?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't recognize him. He was some fucking giant man.
Noah! What happened? No, nothing. Just shin splints from doing a whole lot of leaping. Yeah, they snipped off, but I think he fixed them.
Need to rinse that.
Oh, no, thanks, brother. You're a nice guy. Kind of.
Care about you.
Thank you.
Someday.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I like that gold. Very cool. Thanks,
When do
brother.
they do the? When do you
Thank
come
so
back
much.
down and they announce the workout?
12:15. We have to check in, and I think like 12:30 we'll be out here.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I got it. You're athletic too.
No, that's a mental challenge, that event. And I think Matt Frazier, he showed he can dig, and that's impressive. He can dig hard. Ben can too. I mean, he was only about 10-15 seconds off, but he could have put the dagger in there. He didn't put the dagger in there. He can still win. He's still in first. He just needs to work hard now. If Matt Frazier wins, that event was kind of one of the turning points of the weekend for him.
You know the final workout or workouts? Who do you think is going to win?
I'm not sure.
That close, huh? Who do you think is going to win?
My buddy Noah Olson, but then second I have to go with Ben Smith. Guy's just a true fighter.
Everyone says that. Everyone.
I think I want Matt because I'm close to it. Well, not close to it, but like.
Oh yeah,
I know
your
him
dad
a lot
coaches
better.
Matt.
Yeah, I know him a lot better. Right. Yeah.
I think as soon as
We share ice cream together, like.
like the same off the same cone.
No, in the same pint.
Yeah, but you got to be politically correct, and Matt's a buddy of mine. Ben, I'm not friends with, but I'll feel. We'll see what happens.
People are really, now that they know Ben Smith has a chance to win, they're really getting behind him. More so than ever.
I called it at regionals, and I didn't really think he did that well, but clearly he showed up at the games. I think it's a whole different test. It's completely different, and he actually, after a pretty bad day one, Wednesday night, he's tearing it up. So
He didn't do great in Murph either, right? He didn't. He did?
Yeah. He took like in the 30s on the sandbag event. So
who did?
Ben Smith.
Oh.
That was his biggest weakness, and he's done it before too. That's what's so surprising.
Noah got fucked there too.
Yeah. Well, I would love to see my buddy Noah.
If Rich was here, would he be winning?
Rich Froning would be. Not a chance that Ben Smith would be in the position he's in now, or Fraser. It'd be Froning at the top.
I love Rich to death. He's a great guy. I think that Matt would give him a run for his money. And I don't know that Ben would be in the same position, but I definitely think that Matt would give him a run.
I definitely would say that there's going to have to be an asterisk next to the champion of 2015, because without Froning, everyone's going to wonder what would it have been like with Froning in the field. Take that for what it's worth.
Just keeping it real.
These guys were so good on the mic that they had flow.
White guys shouldn't really use that word, should they?
Flow. I said they're flow. And white guys also shouldn't say on the mic either, but...
Cause the chick who does the ninja shit at your house on her Instagram, she looks smoking.
Oh yeah? That's Casey Passafaro. Ex-Fit Casey, huh?
Is she as hot in person as she is on her Instagram?
She's not as hot as my wife, but she's definitely a very lovely lady. She has 2 kids. She drives 15 minutes from her house to come train with me once a week or once every other week, and she does a great job out there.
Yeah, it's interesting how you gave her some love on your Instagram the first time, and then she came back for a second.
It's a little interesting.
Hey, when you've got the toys, the girls will come.
Right. Oh!
Craziest demo team of all time. Most out of control.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, gee, what are you guys modeling? Look at this.
Those are candid. We were just hanging out. Those are candid.
They're candid shots.
Yay, bye, or just curious. Cover shoot.
That's too much.
That's unreal. I heard it was pretty crazy out there leaving. We've got a security crew out there that's going to take really good care of you guys if you use that valet service. So if you can, try to use that when you're getting picked up out of here tonight.
Sorry, Jay.
as we saw in the last heat, but how is your endurance as they run up and over the berg?
I tried to just like go, it's not important. Just thinking about it more so like I just had to monitor my heat levels. I'm just getting a little bit of a fever this morning, I'm just getting a little hot quick. So I just had to sort of be in tune with that. So I used that little lip as a bit of a slow down for a second and then catch the breeze on the way through. That was good. I didn't pass out.
Do you feel like you could?
Nah, I'm alright. I know how to listen to my body now. I think the last one was just, you got in your head, Murph, you know? When you've seen Lone Survivor, you're not going to stop because you're hot. You know, you're going to keep going. So be a little tough cookie. And that's where I pushed it a little further and a little outside of my realm. But now I'm aware of where that is. So I was just a bit careful. But it was good.
Are you feeling better this morning than you did yesterday morning?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. Just like I've got a bit of a fever. Yeah, which the medics, they looked after me again this morning. They're amazing, by the way. They looked after me, checked my bloods, make sure everything was safe to go out. And ideally, if you pass out due to heat stroke, you'd usually have like 5 days off. You know, just stop. But you're not going to do that here.
Is there really a 200-pound kettlebell?
200 per hand.
200? Yeah, I have
Not you girls. I'm talking guys. I'm talking guys. It's doable. I've tested it. That portion.
deadlift 2 in a spot, and then advance like we advanced, deadlift 2. So it turns into a deadlift and a fun.
Hey, these things are going to look beautiful after this.
Wow, so women is 100.
So let's do that. Get some lunch, and we'll come back.
Bring out one mat with a pegboard and some pegs. Actually, bring out all 6 mats so the demo team can demonstrate. If the crowd seems a little more enthusiastic about it. You guys get used to enthusiasm I'm doing. Do you want to see me go up?
Fuck me. Take my shirt.
Calories on the rower, 16 calories on the assault bike.
You like this?
Yeah, it's cool. Biceps are a little smoked, but we'll see.
It's pretty cool, man. Can't straighten my arms, but.
Yeah.
Really? That's it?
8 dumbbell squat snatches.
They're gonna
100
get straight out
pounds
there.
for the men, 70 pounds for the women.
You ever fooled around on a pegboard, Graham?
Yeah. High school. I had one at the old gym in Gehenna and didn't play around with it too much, but it's been a couple of years.
You'll start with 12 deficit handstand push-ups. 10, 11, 12.
Someone's gonna drop that on their head. It's probably gonna be me.
Farmer carry.
200 pounds, 203 pounds, 203 pounds. For a total of 8 reps. That's a 6-minute time cap. 8 kettlebell deadlift with the big fucking kettlebells.
Those look like the little bombs on Mario.
Noah, do you ever fool around with a pegboard?
I wrestled for a year in high school. We did it a lot. I never fooled around with a pegboard when my arms felt like this.
We can't have too much complexity. 4 minutes for these guys?
4 minutes, yeah. We have a half hour to make this decision if you want to do it on the floor, because we don't have to brief it until after this first workout's done.
I will not be there to do the start if I don't go.
Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Go for JB.
We're confirming that.
We're adding more complexity to a fucking thing we've never added before when you have 2 minutes to brief. We need to keep it fucking simple. Now, I want the worms lined up now.
In front of the rig.
I fucking showed where I wanted the worm.
Behind the rig.
Keep it simple. 50, clean, start from the ground. If we don't, it's going to be too hard to... Like, what you're proposing is good if we had hours to brief it. Okay. 1, correct.
All right, we're on 3. I'm going to make sure
2,
this is right.
yeah. Good?
Good.
Let's do it.
50 clean jerks. Got it.
Hey, I'm going to show you when we're out there how it needs to advance, too.
Fine. I'll be out there.
I wouldn't leave without saying bye to you.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
What's up, Mr. Pompadour? I asked someone in medical, and Chapman Kate's like, oh, I saw her. She's doing her farewell. I was like, oh, fuck. And all the camera guys have been like swarming medical.
I'm gonna say that I don't have rhabdo, but this is not normal muscle soreness.
What was the first sign that you had that, uh-oh, something's just not right?
Like always, I believe that the mind is gonna give in before the body does. But yesterday, it just wasn't like that.
I remember visiting you 3 years ago and hang cleaned 195. So to see you open with 196, I was like, something's not right.
I honestly believed that I could do more, but my body just didn't do more. It couldn't do more.
If you could change things, how would you have trained differently?
I'm gonna come here early. I'm gonna train in heat. This is not gonna get me again.
Who's gonna win the women's race?
How amazing would it be if it's an Icelandic girl? That would be incredible.
And who's gonna win the men's race?
I think Matt Fraser is gonna win it.
Is there any chance that after this year you'll be like, okay, that's enough?
I always go into each year with just that year in mind. As an athlete, you can't look too far into the future, but there's no way I am doing this as my last year. I'm not scared anymore. Training is fun again, and yeah, I finally found myself again, and I'm not giving that up.
Is something wrong with Camille, or do you think she's feeling the same things that you felt from Murph?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people feeling really, really sore. That's what I think. A lot of people are feeling it. There was just a couple of events that went badly for her. The sandbag event and then the snatch thing, and that's out of your control.
Can you win the games the third time?
Yes, I can. I really believe I can win the games again. Otherwise, I don't think I would be here.
I'm the best. And you did the right thing. Yeah, and then you come back and you know, kick ass.
Thank you.
Can you extend those arms?
Getting there.
They'll call a couple days, right? Yeah, a couple days.
They don't straighten, huh?
Yeah.
No, not voluntarily.
No time cap. We're gonna make them finish. Ladies and gentlemen, finishing up this heat. Let's go!
He's gonna retire again. So.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Now 5 moves to go. Lane number 5.
Before that, he's like, you gotta beat Mayhem. And I just smiled at him. Lane 3?
Yes.
Lane 2?
Yep.
Lane 10?
Yes.
Lane 5?
Yes.
Lane 1?
Roger.
9, 3, 2, 10. Hold on. Lane 1's going to be 9:03. You want to just enter that again?
What was 10?
We're still holding. 7 events is a lot to score. We'll get you the results soon.
We're still just double checking and rechecking. 7 events we got to score. You guys rooting for out there.
The other nap.
You better start repping your squad.
This is important. It's regarding the chips. So the chips. Curtis, we got it. We killed the chips. It didn't matter. Okay. Yep. Oh.
Okay, everybody should be tracking Dave. Track Dave. Get ready to make the announcement.
Finals ready to roll.
Your 2015 Team Midline Cup champion is captained by the fittest man alive,
What the fuck? They won it?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Rich, how did you guys do it?
Gotta go, guys.
Enjoy it, Rick. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Remember you asked me if Mayhem would make it through regionals?
How did they do this?
how'd Mayhem win? Made the least mistakes throughout the weekend, and they capitalized when they had opportunities to. Their guys had a couple chances to just win 3 or 4 workouts. You saw in this last one at the couplet where everyone competed. I mean, they had strengths and they had weaknesses, and when they had opportunities, their strengths won workouts. And when they have opportunities for their weaknesses to step up, I feel like they did a pretty good job of it.
It's holy shit, it's only 18 points that separates the top 3 places.
Yeah, it's that close. Trust me, every single person that's not on CrossFit Mayhem's team right now is saying, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. Everybody this weekend cost their team points at some point, including myself. On one hand, I know that we left a lot of points on the board, but on the other hand, we finished up really strong. We took second the last workout, and the last workout was all teamwork. And it was, it was a good way to end on a high note.
Will this team stay together for next year?
Probably not. Got too many things going on, including myself. I'm looking to make my family a little bigger, so it's going to be a much different team next year.
Will you still have some part in it? Will you have a team here?
Yeah, I own the gym. I'd love to have a team here. We got a lot of athletes that really want to be here and really want to train for it, so I'll do everything I can to help them.
You guys get in it. Yo. Here. Thanks, guys.
Matt, did you at any point before the game started think you guys would win the game?
I had no idea, really. Just going in. This is my first games experience, so I was just going to try to, take it one day at a time and, just hope for the best. I think coming into it, we were just kind of hoping to be on the last, to be in the last event, so be in the top 10. So, we just kind of fought every day, and it just, I don't know, just slowly worked our way up the leaderboard. So it's been. Didn't expect it, but very happy with the results.
Hobart, did you have any expectations of winning the games at any time?
Yeah, I think the expectation was always there, but it's like looking at the way the Open, the regionals played out, it wasn't a shoe-in. And I thought at the beginning we had some really high highs and really low lows, and it's hard to win like that. And we had a team that just came in and stayed steady and performed all week, and it became a bigger expectation this morning. So.
Did anyone outside of your team think you guys could win the games?
I think with a lot of the way the talk was leading up to regionals, there were probably a lot of fans watching and people thinking that it was possible. So yeah, for as long as wherever Rich goes, people are going to expect him to do well. So the thought was never not there.
Will the team stay together?
I think so. Yeah. I think it'll be a little bit of a bigger project next year. This year was like a first time through, give it a shot, and now I think it'll be a bigger deal.
Rich, James, will the team stay together?
Yes, I think so. We'll have to talk to Lauren. She's the one that we don't. She's got a full-time job. She's got 3 kids. This year she didn't even really expect to be with us, but we asked her we needed a 3rd girl and a solid girl, and she's sacrificed a lot. So we'll leave that up to her. But she's 42. She's got 3 kids. She's a single mom, so she probably step aside. But so we got 1 spot to fill. But we're proud of these other 2 girls, and they're willing to work and get better than they already are. So it's hard to disband a winning team, right?
Did anyone ever think you guys were going to win the games before today?
I don't think so. I think they kind of written us off a little bit just because of, see on the update show that the girls weren't capable of doing it, but they stepped up, and I'm real proud of this group.
How did the girls get through this with all of that pressure put on them?
I mean, they trusted in what we told them to do all off season, and they busted their butts. They came in every day, trusted our strategy. There was a little question in that the rope climb event if we should go out and let the guys try to get ahead and let the girls kind of struggle through the rope climbs, but they trusted us and it worked. They did a great job, and we needed some teams to get in the spots, and everything paid off and everything worked in our favor. So.
If you were in the individual this year, would you have won it?
I think you would have.
When you guys are in there and you have something like 50 clean and jerks, does it ever cross your mind and you might want to stop that? You guys think, well, Rich isn't going to stop?
Yes, because he didn't on the first worm day, so why would he stop today?
There's no stopping when you got 5 other people pulling.
No.
There are probably no thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
Just listen to James, and when he says up, you pick it up.
Yeah. He teaches us mentally to push past that.
Everyone was saying that the guys were the 3 strongest guys, but it didn't matter because it all comes down to the women. How did you guys handle that? Did you guys talk amongst yourselves, and how did you handle that?
It was nice not having the pressure, but yeah, I'd say compared to Rich, you know, probably anybody's holding him back a bit. You know, it didn't affect us too much. We didn't look into it. We didn't read about it. We just trained hard every day, had fun, and I think it showed out here.
This group of people, they are the best. Like, if you feel like you had a bad day, not one person made you feel like you did poorly. They just, hey, it's okay. Pick it up and go.
You have 3 kids?
I do.
And you're, how old are you?
I am 41, and I have a 20, 11, and 9-year-old.
How did you do that? How do you do it?
She's amazing. She's amazing.
I did well, and I told.
She's an athlete.
I told my 20-year-old got to come last time. So my 11-year-old, I told her, I said, all this time I have to commit at the gym. I said, if we get to go, you get to go with me. So she's here with me.
How did they choose the ladies for Rich's team, or for the Mayhem team?
It kind of all just came together. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
You guys all work out at Mayhem? I mean, prior to...
I just moved in here in January to Tennessee, so that's how I found them. January 1st.
Did you come to be on the team, or?
Nope, just happened to move to this area. I got to choose anywhere between, my fiance got a job opportunity between Atlanta and Tennessee, and we chose Tennessee and found the gym, and the rest is history.
Is this pretty surreal for you?
Oh, absolutely. But it's just amazing because every day we've had an opportunity to grow. Like, you know, because they're so good, there's so many challenges we face, and every challenge makes us better and made us better every day. And I think that brought us closer as a team. And it's hard to believe this happened today.
So he could have won the games this year. I think so. As an individual.
I think so. Yeah. I think the training there was a little different. Yeah, I think he could. That's the way it is.
Are you guys going for drug test?
I think so.
Are you on any drugs?
No.
Oh, well, fuck. Then you probably don't need to be tested.
James, you want me to get your
I can't opt out of it.
Oh.
What are you talking about? Drugs. Drugs.
Amazing. This is your first year at the CrossFit Games?
Yeah.
And how about at the regionals? How many times have you done the regionals?
Yeah, my last year, 2014, was my first year at regionals. Yeah.
And you're here at the games.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's completely different to the regionals, but I've enjoyed every minute of it.
How did you get into 4th place? Are you just staying steady? I mean, you won the one event, correct?
I've won my heat, but like I've just been consistent and trying to just not push myself to like 100%, making sure that my recovery is up to scratch, and yeah, just trying to place as good as I can in every event. There's no real pressure and aim. Obviously, I just want to get the experience up. Hopefully there's a few more years to come of this.
And what is your athletic background?
I was track and field, so 800 meters, 1500 meters. Yeah, so a bit of running.
And how did you get into CrossFit?
My partner had been doing CrossFit for his rugby training, and so once, like, I went there one time with him and thought, oh yeah, like, you know, this is fun, and kind of wanted to do the CrossFit to help my fitness for my running, and also like the community. It was like to train in the box was a lot better than to train by myself at the track, so I kind of just made the transfer from there.
When you entered the Open this year, did you plan on going to the regionals?
I don't like to expect too much from myself. I don't want to put that much pressure on myself, so just to do better than I did last year was probably the goal. And I did come and spectate at the games last year and really did enjoyed it and really wanted to be out in the field, so I guess that was a bit of a drive as well. Are you feeling pressure now that you're in 4th place? Now that you see the podium just like one place ahead of you, are you like, okay? Yeah, I'm freaking out. It's a massive shock to me, but I just got to hold my own and try and just give it everything I can for the next 2 events. What do you think about that pegboard? Have you ever climbed one of those? No, I haven't. With CrossFit you can do something so different, and it's fair across the whole board. Like, you know, I'm sure not everyone has been training on a pegboard, so I mean, you know, it's not a massive worry for me.
Has anyone given you any pointers?
No, there have been a few people going on YouTube and searching that, but I think I just got to try and go out there and feel it for myself. Like, you know, everyone's case is different, so you just got to, as long as I don't fall off and the peg is in the hole, I think I should be fine.
Did you watch the previous heats?
No, I didn't get to see them. I heard that people were struggling with the pegboard.
Yeah, I just saw people struggling with the pegboard.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done some pegboard, like 10 years. So, oh yeah, in high school. I'm like, wait, I graduated high school in 03. It's a long time ago.
What are the rules on the pegboard?
Start in the bracket, get them both in the top, feet off before you start, feet off when you can return to that starting position. So, kind of tricky. I think when you're going to get down to that bottom, you're going to want to be, because you're so close, you could want to put your feet down. But
so what do you have to do? Bend your feet and keep them up?
yes, we'll find out when we get out there.
From CrossFit
Did you watch any of the other heats before yours?
Yeah, I mean the guys. I haven't watched the girls yet.
What do you think?
The pegboard looks tricky, so I think, if you can get one of those, then you're set.
Did anyone give you any pointers?
Yeah, just to try to keep your butt away from the wall so that your feet, your whole foot can be on there.
Nice.
About all I got. Small steps.
What do you think, Elizabeth? What do you think about this?
This is awesome. Going into something having no idea what it's going to be like, it's insane.
Have you ever done it that you've never done?
I haven't. So obviously wish I had at this point, but it's going to be fun.
Did you get any pointers?
I did. Bramblett came back and said a couple words, but I pulled up some videos on YouTube, you know, so we'll see.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Brooke, China, Lindsay,
Pardon me.
Emily, Sam.
Lynn, am I in Lynn? I'm in Lynn.
Sam, you're still in Lynn.
How did that happen?
Tara, Captain and Sarah, you guys switched spots. There you go. That's where.
You're like a professional.
Yeah. Aussie.
More nerves or less nerves than the first event?
On the first one?
On Wednesday.
Less. Yeah, less.
Just going out and having fun.
I think it's just not really knowing how it's going to go down. It seems like a little bit of a weird one. It's not like a sprint race of fitness. It's kind of like, can you do something? Maybe, maybe not. Survival of the muscle fatigue, like whose muscles are hanging on, or yeah, that's why it's a little bit of a weird one, hey.
Did you watch the men's final event?
No, I was warming up. I heard the screams.
Once again, we are next to each other. Let's fucking do this.
More nerves or less nerves than Wednesday?
Less as well. One and done, or two and done, but technically one. We're not coming off the floor, so yeah, one and done.
We still need a crowd of fittest woman alive, ladies and gentlemen. In lane number 10, ranked 10th overall from Get Lifted CrossFit, Margot Alvarez.
What more can we say? It's the end of the day as the sun continues to beat down on some of the toughest women in CrossFit. Here we go. Pedal to the metal too. Anyone carry the handstand push-up?
Does it always feel the same, Dan?
Yeah.
Does this feel any different than the first workout? In terms of the nerves?
No. It feels better. The end is in sight. I'm not as nervous as some things because there's so much you've never done here. You don't know what to expect. But yes, nerves. Just like the first event.
Do you have any experience on the peg board, Matt?
1 minute. Stand by.
Rory, do you think he's gonna win? He can't hear me.
I know. You were 19 years old. 7 years later, you're the fittest man on earth. What changed this year?
I think I just came in knowing I could do it, and that's where it starts in your head. After that, you just gotta go make it happen.
I like cheering for the dog.
So sum up the game for me, Noah.
Too many mistakes and a bloodbath.
Explain the bloodbath part.
We're just wrecked. Everybody's been saying that this has been the toughest games of all of them. Out of all the games that I've been to, all 2 of them, it's been the toughest.
Tell me about the pegboard.
It was tough. It was tough. I tried to really pace it out because I didn't want to miss any. I'm happy overall with my finish, but I don't think it's indicative of my fitness this year. I think I made too many mistakes, and I'll certainly be back.
Did you place better your first year than this year?
Same exact. 8th and 8th, just like Matt Frazier, 2nd and 2nd.
Do you have any thoughts on what Matt Frazier must be feeling right now?
He seemed pretty upset. We rode back together, and I think he really thought he had it, and he just lost it. So I'm sure he's fired up, and he'll come back better than ever.
It's pretty good for Ben Smith.
I'm excited for Ben. It's been a long time coming.
And there's some validity there that maybe Matt Frazier wouldn't have gotten if he would have won by one everyone would have said, but Rich wasn't here. And with Ben winning, I mean, Matt was basically supposed to win that according to all the pundits, right?
Right. I think it shows that it's a true test, you know? Anybody's game. You just have to show up this week.
Have you had any thoughts about hanging up your CrossFit?
I'd be lying if I said no. I know I'm not going to, but it's been a really, really rough mental, emotional week for me. And I thought about how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. I mean, the guys that have done it for 5, 6, 7 years, it's crazy. This 1 week is just so much pressure. But I know I'll be doing it for a long time. I know I will.
Will you take a selfie of yourself and me?
Thank you.
You look beautiful! You're amazing! You're the fittest one on earth! I love you so much!
I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations.
Tatra and Sarah was so dominant for so much of the week. Were you ever feeling like, oh, this
I was right there behind her.
Award ceremonies for breakfast.
Ben, where are you headed off to right now?
Just go back to hang out.
Oh, back to the warm-up area?
Yeah, back to the warm-up area, even though I don't have to warm up again.
Are you going to be able to handle all this attention and all this accolades? You're so mild-mannered. You told me earlier that you don't do it for the accolades, and now what?
I don't know.
Did you and Fraser exchange any words?
Just a whole nice job. He was incredible the whole weekend. He's awesome. So he's a great guy too, and it's cool competing with guys that are like that. Everybody here is so great and really good athletes. So
I know you wanted Rich to be here. I know you wanted Jason to be here. I know that you wanted to compete against the best, but the word was on the street that Fraser was just going to run away with this. You beat the guy who won the Open. You beat the guy who took second place.
Yeah.
In last year's games.
Yeah, he did great last year too. Very consistent. I've always been right behind him, so it's just a matter of who shows up on game day, I guess.
An Icelandic girl won.
Oh, it's Jay, yes. Damn the Icelandic.
That's a non-American top 5. Iceland, Canada, Iceland, England, Australia. Just saying.
I can't believe Katrin won. Since I didn't win, this is best case scenario. What happened right here shows that the leaderboard changed so much, both on the male and the female side, on the last events on Sunday. So it's not over until you let yourself believe that it's over.
Excuse me.
in Olympic Games.
What, did you ask her out?
No, I ate breakfast with her this morning, just totally random. Like, who knew I was gonna eat breakfast with the fittest woman on earth this morning?
Right. Hey, good job.
Thanks. I'm pumped. It was so close to the podium. I knew it was a real long shot, but I just went as hard as I could in the last two events.
You made a statement there at the end.
Yeah.
Fraser mentioned you guys might go and just rent some motorcycles and go. Is that still an option?
Yeah, I think Tuesday we're talking about doing it.
Where would you go? Just cross country?
Straight up the coast, up the 1 probably. Try to get to, I don't know if we go as far as Big Sur, that's pretty far, but we'll see.
So guys, thanks. Here's a, oh, sorry, I totally hit your face. I'm so strong.
Amazing! Really well deserved.
Thank you.
You're just the most beautiful person. Like, you're just,
Thanks for this weekend, Trudy.
oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you. Hey, I'm happy just to be a part of it. Right, that's, yeah, absolutely. I feel pretty privileged just to be able to be a part of it. You know?
Thank you.
Well done, Aussies, hey? Well done, Aussies! Fuck yeah! Oh, God. Oh, yeah! Thanks for being our games mums. Oh, no. Oh, good. Oh, good. You girls crushed it. No. You did it all yourself. You just, you absolutely crushed it. Aussie!
Do you have family here?
Yeah, my partner. And I got 3 of my friends that came over too.
Is this a big shock?
Yeah, it's a massive shock. Like, I only came in here hoping that I wasn't gonna come last, so it was really great, yeah.
Tell me what you were thinking during the final event. When you went after you came off the wall and you were doing so
just gotta keep up with the top 3.
Did you ever think yourself during the workout, oh my god, I'm gonna be on the podium? Did that ever enter your mind?
No, I didn't even think I made it or anything until someone told me back up in the tunnel, so it was a massive shock.